guys, I have already turned on Ubereats, GrubHub, even picked up a schedule for GrubHub. Couldn't get on DoorDash, got on Spark, and it has just been super, super quiet. I know a lot of you guys have said that it has been really quiet for you, a lot slower. January is typically a lot slower after, you know, the holidays. People aren't spending as much. Hopefully things will pick up. Now, of course, there's talk of, you know, the economy, there's talk of oversaturation, but hopefully we'll see things pick up sooner than later, but it is just super slow. I, you know, changed areas, nothing. So I ended up calling up my husband to see if he'd gotten anything, and he got a really good offer from Spark. It was a shop and deliver order, $42.18 for 3.3 miles. So I was gonna head over there and, you know, just help him out. Well, when I'm heading over there, of course, an offer came in, a reasonable one. I'm like, thank goodness. It's funny how those things happen, but it was just super quiet for me. He ended up getting something really good, but it was quiet for him as well. I ended up getting an offer from Ubereats for $11.05 for 3.6 miles. I am here right now. I'm gonna go in there. The food should be ready. Let me know how things have been for you guys lately. Some areas might still be busy. Some areas might be really slow, like many areas are. Let me know how things are going for you guys. I'm gonna go in there and get this food, get these wheels to move, and hopefully, you know, the orders will start coming in. But sometimes, you know, it's slower. That's why I multi-app. I used to be able to just run one app, GrubHub, to keep me busy, but these days you need multiple apps, at least for a majority of us, to keep us busy. So yeah, we're going in. I have a pickup for Abraham at Ubereats.
One second.
Okay.
Yes, it's gonna be this guy right here.
Okay.
And then everything's ready in
Perfect, thank you.
there. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Order was ready, which is always awesome. Customers 6 minutes, 2.2 miles. They are in an apartment, but it's saying accurate building location, which, like I've said before, it's always typically accurate, which is super helpful. We are on our way. Let's go get this dropped off, and hopefully I'll get another offer on the way there. Orders dropped off. GPS took me right to the apartment building, like I said, which is always awesome and helpful. So I didn't get anything on the way here, but as I'm pulling out of the apartment complex, believe it or not, GrubHub gave me an offer, a reasonable offer, 3.7 miles for $11.42. We are heading there now. Of course, hoping the order's ready. We're on our way. Hi, picking up an order for Joshua H. GrubHub.
This one right here.
Perfect, thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too. Order was ready. It must have just came out because it was still super hot, and it was in, you know, a big box because they ordered quite a bit of food, and I tried putting it in my smaller GrubHub bag, but the box was just a little too long, so I ended up having to put it in my pizza bag. Fit absolutely perfect because it was like kind of a little bit longer, almost fit in my smaller bag, but it is zipped up in the bag, ready to go. So I'm getting into the car, and Ubereats wants to send me an offer, $18.04. Of course, the $18 sounds nice, but not for 18.1 miles. This was going to take me way out into another city. I don't want to go out there, and plus for 18.1 miles, that's just too far for me for $18. So that's an absolute no. We're gonna go get this order dropped off. 9 minutes, 2.8 miles, and hopefully I can catch another offer in my area, keep my wheels moving within my vicinity. All right, guys, we're on our way. All right, guys, the order finally got dropped off. A few things here. So it's in a newer development, and the GPS wants me to turn down the street, but there's like no houses there. There's some roads, but like, you know, dead ends, and it just didn't look right. So I kind of, you know, zoomed out of the map, tried to find another entrance. So I'm going back out to the main road and I go to the road that I think is going to get me into the neighborhood. Well, it is massive, massive potholes. It looks like a truck's been through there. I definitely would not be able to get through there. I'd probably end up getting stuck. So I'm like, oh gosh. Luckily, there was another road down to hopefully get me into this newer development. There has to be a road. You know what I'm saying? There has to be. How else would they get there? So I go to this other road and it looks like I'm kind of getting into the country. Well, this road has potholes too, but I can at least get through it. I gotta take it slow. But yeah, I hate it when there's potholes, but it is what it is unless I wanted to go back out to the main road. I mean, if I couldn't get down it, I can't get down it, I'd have to find another route. But it wasn't horrible. There was a lot of them where I could just kind of, you know, take it slow and kind of maneuver through. Anyways, made it to the house, hit arrive, and come to find out GrubHub, after all of these years, now is having us take photos, proof showing that the order indeed was dropped off. But the other issue was I'm pulling up and I'm having a hard time finding the house. I see one house, you know, you can clearly see the address, and then there's a house that I'm thinking is the customer's house. Well, where the address is supposed to be, out of the whole house, there is tightly wound Christmas lights around this address. The neighbor's address I can clearly see. Looking at the neighbor's address and the other neighbor on the opposite side, I kind of put it together. This has to be their house. Sure enough, it is the one with the tightly wound Christmas lights covering up their address. I could, you know, once you got up there, I could verify that it was their address. So orders dropped off, but one of those ones, you know, you just kind of got to navigate, kind of have to put it together. So on the way here, Spark sent me an offer, one that I couldn't refuse, $25.78 for 5 miles. We are going shopping. We're heading there now. All right, guys, I have arrived to Walmart. I just spoke to my husband. He's actually just left. Took him about an hour to complete his order. Said there was produce and stuff. Of course, that can kind of hold you up. That's what he was saying. And there was a $4 tip from what I recall is what he said. So $42 and some change for an hour is not bad at all. He really got a good one. So I'm looking at the shopping list before I go on because I like to scan it, see what I'm going to be shopping for, see, you know, if there's a lot of produce, a lot of meat. Those are the things that can hold you up. Everything looks like it should be really smooth as long as stuff is in stock. There is a little bit of produce, berries, and some apples from what I can tell. And then they wanted one thing of chicken breast. So hopefully everything's there. It'll be smooth. It looks like it's busy here. I had to circle the parking lot to get a decent parking spot, but hopefully we can go in there, get this done sooner than later, get out and keep these wheels moving. So we are heading in. All right, first item is this Kit Kat, and it says on it, when I zoom in, Big Cat. There's actually quite a few different Kit Kats. They want this particular one, and it said aisle Z15, which doesn't sound familiar to me, but I'm reading impulse merchandise, and I'm thinking this must be the impulse merchandise, get you to get some candy on the way to checkout. And I see it right here, and they just want one of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and scan the barcode, and it's gonna go through. It's like frozen. It's thinking. There we go. Okay, off to the cat litter. Now, you know, before I would kind of jump around, but I'm gonna stick to this because it is more efficient, and you're supposed to shop for the produce and meats last. And by following the list, of course, it's going to have you shop for the produce and the meat last. So we're gonna follow the list and stay efficient with this and get this done. So off to the cat litter. I am here at the cat litter, and they want a particular brand, the Cat's Pride. And I see it right in front of me, and they just want one of those. So I'm gonna grab that and scan it. Okay. All right, so off to, looks like some apples. So I'm gonna head over there. I have 18 items to go. So once I get a little bit closer, I'll check back in with you guys. All right, 8 items left, and they want 3 of these waters right here. You can tell this must be a popular one because they are like pushed in the back. I had to pull these forward. So I am gonna go ahead and scan one of these. 3, confirm. confirm. So we're good there. So I have 5 items left, and so far everything's been smooth. And you know, when you're bouncing around the store, you just gotta pick up the feet and get to moving, I guess, get your workout in. So we're gonna go get the rest of these items, and should be out of here soon. 3 items left, but I'm here at the blackberries, and they want 12 ounces, and there's only 2 left. And you know, you like to examine it before you pick it up for the customer. But I'm looking at these blackberries, and there is moldy ones in there. They just look like they are done. I don't know if you guys can even see that, but I was turning this thing around. I'm like, oh my gosh. Same with this one. If you look at it, there's like little white dots on some of them. They just look really rough. There's only 2 of them. So it's like, I can't find this item. The next option is the 6 ounces. So I'm gonna go ahead and check those out because I know that they have those. Hopefully they're a little bit better looking. If not, I am not gonna get them that because they are done, need to be thrown away. Alright guys, they also wanted blueberries, but they are out of blueberries. You can tell the fruit section, there's barely any left, and what's left is not looking good. So I did not get them any blackberries. They don't have any blueberries, so I didn't have anything to choose from. So new blueberries. So we are off to the last item, the meat. Hopefully it looks good and hopefully it's there. We're heading to the meat section, which is always at the back of the store. We're on our way. Alright guys, I have made it to the meat section, and they want chicken breast. And you can spot Foster Farms from like a mile away because it's yellow. But as you guys could probably guess, the meat has been mangled. There is barely anything here. What they're looking for is not here as well. So I am going to go ahead and do can't find item and see what else I could possibly find for them. Hopefully this is here. All right, they are out of all of the substitutions. They're looking for chicken breast, but they don't have chicken breast. They have one thing of drumsticks, one thing of wings, a big old package of wings. They are like out of the meat. So I am gonna go ahead and proceed to checkout, and we're gonna go get checked out. All right, I just scanned the QR code. I am good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and bag these up. All right. Last bag. Okay, all right, have a good night. Thank you. All right, guys, it took me a total of 33 minutes from the time I started shopping to the time that I loaded up my car. All in all, it went pretty smooth except for the produce, as you may have guessed, and the meat. Those are always the trickiest things. The produce, now if I would have just picked it up and threw it in my cart, the customer would have gotten some moldy fruit. So always make sure to examine it. I know sometimes in those containers, because they got labels on it and stuff, it's hard to see, but if you kind of turn it around, sometimes you can see things you don't want to see, mold, and the customer doesn't want to see. So I had to leave a majority of the fruit behind. I think the only thing that I could find them that was decent was the raspberries. The rest of them just looked really rough, and there wasn't a lot of fruit left that they were looking for either. They got their apples, they got their raspberries, but the rest of it I just couldn't go with because it was just looking really bad. Had mold on it. Some of it had a lot of mold, so left that behind. And then I go to the meat department. The meat's cleaned out. I don't know how much of that I caught. Tried to substitute them for other options, but they were out of the chicken breast, so had to leave without getting some of the stuff, but got majority of it. So we are on our way. Let me see how far they were. And when I took this order earlier, the miles and the pay was good. I didn't even look at if it was, I gotta hit left store. I've left the store. They give you that pass. Nobody's ever had to ask me for the pass, but yeah, so they are in a house, which is good because there is 3 things of water and 1 apple juice, but regardless, the pay was worth it. So we are on our way. I'm gonna go ahead and slide start delivery. Let's see how far they are. They shouldn't be very far at all, and get this order dropped off. They are 14 minutes, 5.1 miles. We're gonna go get this dropped off and see what else we can get. All right, a few things about the order I just dropped off. I was thinking it was a house. It was not a house. It was, I mean, I guess it was probably what you would consider a townhome, because it wasn't in like an apartment building, but there was a lot of other buildings around, apartments around, so it wasn't the easiest to find. It was dark in the area. There was no instructions of how to find it. It kind of went off of where the pinpoint landed. I did check both sides of the building that potentially was it to confirm, because basically it was a set of garages, no addresses, no indication of nothing, and the townhomes were behind it. You would have to walk down this dark path, shine your flashlight on each door to find out which place it was. So yeah, so that was a little bit, took a moment to figure out where it was at. Not very convenient, but I put the pieces together. It's not the first time something being difficult. It comes with the territory, especially at night. So then, you know, and I'm looking for the place. I took a couple bags because I had a good suspicion this was where the place was. Thankfully, yes, it was. So I'm going up the steps, and these are older wooden steps. They are slick. I almost slipped, and I'm like, oh my gosh. That's why you got to take it slow. It looks like they have like those strips of like sandpaper that's coming off. So I tried to like stay on one side of the steps to get up there. You got to watch out because, you know, at night, slippery, wet, that type of stuff can be a little dangerous. Made it up there, got to the order dropped off, took me 2 trips, gave them a knock. They yelled thank you as I was walking away. So that was a little bit difficult finding that place. Found it, all went well eventually. So then I have my other apps on, and I'm driving down the road after dropping it off, and Ubereats sends me an offer, $3.50 for 2 miles. You guys already know, absolute no, that is a decline. And then DoorDash, I finally was able to get on DoorDash. DoorDash sent me an order, $16.25. Now the $16.25 sounds great. However, the 8.1 miles that I would have to travel was going to take me into another direction where I do not want to go. Another city that I... Ooh, is it okay?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
That's all. It happened. I know it's tight parking. Thank you. That's all right. All right, I'm sitting in here talking to you guys, and the parking here is extremely tight, and somebody door dinged me. It hit my mirror, but she apologized. She said it's fine. It was my mirror. It should be okay. It happens. I know if you hit the door with somebody else's door, it could leave a mark. I'm gonna go check it out, but all should be good because she did hit my mirror, and she checked it out, and she seemed pretty genuine and sweet. So hopefully everything's good. Yeah, it's like, what the heck, because it's like a bang, you know. Sometimes people door ding your car while you're sitting in it and act like it didn't happen and get in their car, but she apologized. She probably sees me recording because the light's on, and apologized. But yeah, it happens, but you know, thankfully things should be good. I'm gonna go check it out though. But what I was saying is that order was in another direction. If I didn't get an order out there, or it kept dragging me further out, I would have a longer way to come home. So I declined that. Ubereats then came back with an offer that I couldn't refuse, $6.09 for 2.2 miles. This particular restaurant, Cafe Yum, is always good. Food should be ready. And I'm driving here, and they send me an add-on, an additional 2.8 miles for $7.04. Couldn't decline that, took that. It was an add-on. And then literally right after that, are you guys ready? You know how they've been throwing, you know, 3 orders on you? They wanted to send me an offer for $2.27, same restaurant, for 3.3 miles. Absolutely not. That is just ridiculous. You don't even got to think twice about that. That is a decline. I'm going in there. My 2 orders should be ready, and I'm going to check my mirror. I'm sure all is good. The mirror usually is a quick wipe, you know, but yeah, we're going in. Oh, well, hello there. Did I miss you? I'm looking down at my phone. I have 2 orders, Crystal R and Kimber B with Ubereats.
Kimber B, gotcha.
Yeah.
crystal.
Awesome.
Crystal or camera beans.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's all
Do you
right.
want ice water or anything for the road?
I'm good. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Both orders were ready and I'm like looking at my phone, you know, looking for the names, and I walked right past the guy, but he was totally cool. First customers at 5 minutes, 1.6 miles. We're gonna go get this order dropped off. First customer's dropped off. Second customer's 11 minutes, 3.9 miles. We're on our way. Last orders dropped off, another house, super easy to find. So all in all, I guess the evening went a lot smoother earlier. It was like a really slow. Glad it picked up. I like to be busy. I like it when things are moving. So not bad ending the evening. So I am gonna go ahead and leave you guys right here. So appreciate you guys riding along with me as always. And of course, if you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.